Well, Happy New Year. Here we are, 2023, ready for maybe some brand new things to move things forward that you were working on last year, to do something totally new. I have my message today. I'm doing things in a new way. So I usually write a blog, usually meaning always. And I sometimes get my lipstick a little smudged up. But I write the blog and then I do the video. I kind of think about it, I write it. But today I got so inspired by what I'm going to write about because this is just new and fresh for me in my mind. So I wanted to talk it out with you. And I'm thinking of this as the key to manifesting success. And I use the word manifesting to mean energetically, the energy part of success. There's a lot of doing that goes into succeeding at something. I understand that. I'm a person who works hard when it's needed, but there's also more important is how you do something. The energy that you bring to it has a bigger impact than you have any idea. I think the most humans than we consider, we're really taught about the doing part, and the who we are and the energy we bring is less emphasized. But here's the key to that. And this is not a new message for me, but I got it on a new level for myself because last year I had a failure right at the end of the year. I had this failure and I couldn't figure out why the thing I wanted to happen didn't happen. It was around, I had this really, I'm thinking it was a great event. Wonderful people were there and we had fun, and I got so much great positive feedback from the people who were there about the benefits and how valuable it was for them and what they learned. But there was a piece of taking people from that event and going, well, I'd love to have you join my community, because this is my vision for the rest of my life, is to have a thriving community of coaches who are working on their business. That's what jazzes me up. That's what this year is going to be all about, because I know that when we get together and connect and support and brainstorm, that's when the very best things happen. Okay, so that's setting the scene. Failed to bring the amount, I'm going to say how many people in that I wanted to. I felt like from an event like that with everybody so the right people, that could have easily happened. But here's what I did wrong, and I want to tell you about it so that you can do it differently. And I'm going to commit to doing it differently this year. I created the event, created everything about it from very positive things that I had: my talents, my expertise, my materials, the connections that I had, except for one piece. And there was this moment that happened. We got this new platform that we're bringing our community together on. And so we're putting it all together, putting in the sales and marketing piece of this event, which is really just about letting people know, here's how you can get more of this if you need support. But things went wrong on that end. Some of it because there were some things we still hadn't got together. And some of it is because the platform we've chosen, they changed things on us. I'm going to say like at the last minute, like just a couple of days before our event. So there I was a couple of days before the event, and probably even a week before, getting information that we did not have the things we needed to actually move forward and present our new offerings of community the way we had envisioned. Listen carefully to this part. That happens. This is something that happens in life, and especially in business. We get new information. Here's where I'm going, where I think it's going to go, but then something happens and we get information or something changes, and it's our job to take that into consideration and go, okay, now that that's what I have, what would be the best way to move forward? Because the key is always, with a great big capital A, creating from the positive of what you have. That's the key to manifesting success. Creating from the positive elements of what you have, not looking for what you thought you had or you would like to have, or that it seems like you should have because of how long you've been in business or how amazing a person you are, like you're just like the best coach in the world, so it all should be working for you. Well, I mean, I know we all can have those thoughts, but the key is this: if you try to create from something that you don't have, imagine any place else in your life trying to do that. I'm going to take a little left turn here in this story because this was the story that came to me earlier today when I was doing a kitchen remodel a long time ago, and I had the plans all drawn up and I'd chosen the cabinets and where the bathrooms, and because the kitchen was they had this bathroom, I had it all planned, the finances were in place, everything. And the contractor came to me and he said, Kat, we're not going to be able to move forward as we planned because there's this chimney that we hadn't known was there. And I'm like, well, just move it. He's like, no, actually, no. Like the chimney has to stay. The job of moving that chimney out is going to be like, 6 times your budget that you've already set aside for this. It's not going to be a possibility. We have to now navigate around that chimney. And guess what? I'm bringing my men in tomorrow because that's the day we plan to do this work. And I need you to make up a new plan by tomorrow morning. This is a true story. I remember it really well. I remember sitting in my kitchen and just feeling like, oh, what am I going to do? And a friend of mine came over, my friend Janet came over, and she's like, hey, Kat, what's happening? What's going on? I'm like, sit down. We got to figure this thing out. I have to know by tomorrow morning. What am I going to do? And I was in this whole place around, I thought I had it all figured out. And I was struggling because I wanted to go forward and get all the same things that I thought I was going to get. But Janet, and this was a beautiful thing about getting an outside perspective, okay? And I got an outside perspective for myself on this, which really helped. I got an outside perspective from my coach. So Janet said to me, well, Kat, I could see that a bathroom could go like right here, and she pointed to this little spot, like nothing in my head. It's because I was stuck on how it was supposed to go. That's how I wanted to create it. She showed me something new, and I started to see, oh, well, if I did that, then that would change this, and so many things would change, but everything started to make sense. And I saw, as I'm looking at this story this morning, what if I hadn't pivoted and I just stuck to my guns? We're going to keep the bathroom like this, and we're just going to work around that chimney. I don't know. Imagine that I would have ended up with something that I would consider a failure, because it wouldn't have given me what I ended up having, which was even better than my original plan. So I want you to take that with you. That's where I went. Once I got the aha, oh, so we didn't have the links for the sales to happen. They were not working. Our landing page, all the things just weren't working. So the way we wanted that whole thing to go, or had hoped we'd be gathering some people, more new people. We got some beautiful new people that we're welcoming, but so we didn't have those, but here's what we do have. Wow. Once I let go of the thing that didn't work and we didn't have, and looked at what we have, I'm going to use that word literally, started creating something new to offer our community, which I call the buddy system. I'm like, oh, we have these fabulous coaches. Let's buddy them up. We already have courses and coaching and so many components. I got another coaching idea, how to add more coaching into the program. I just started getting new ideas about how to make things better on my end, things I have control over, which it started to blossom. Things started to blossom. And that's what I want to leave you with today. As you begin your new year and you're thinking about your vision, maybe you came to our vision workshop in December, and we're having a community event this week. So this is fresh in my mind, and I'd love to have you thinking about it for yourself as you're creating the structures, because this is what we're going to do in our community event, is kind of make the plan and the picture and get the structures in place to move forward. Take this one key with you. Always look for what's working, where are you succeeding, what's positive, and grow that. And whenever something's a failure, take time to take a look to see, well, what were you trying to create that you didn't have yet? How did you move forward, maybe 2 or 3 steps or 100 beyond where you are, and just get that information for yourself so you can let it go and move on and have the most successful year ever. That's what I'm wanting for you, for me, for all of us. All right. Happy New Year.